Hello, everybody. It's Bill Race back with you after our newscast. Thanks to David Glenn for stepping in. Checking the audio here. If you guys still not hearing me, perhaps. Hello, everybody. There we are. We have audio. All right, good. Sorry, we're setting up the stream again, and there's always going to be a little bit of a delay before we get the audio up with the pictures. So there's radar. It is continuing to be quite loud. And besides that, we are seeing that we have some very heavy rain, and this is causing some flooding issues across the area. I will say that Hamilton County getting very close to being done with the heaviest rain, but Bradley County, you're still going to be in some very heavy rain for the next hour or so, and down into Catoosa County, Whitfield County, those Georgia counties to the south in Gordon County as well, going to be seeing some heavy rain moving through there. Even still in Walker County and into DeKalb County in Alabama. Now, the counties I mentioned are where the heavier rain is. When you go to the northwest, we have much less as far as any heavy rain is concerned. We have lighter rain, and that is not of any consequence as far as severe weather. Okay. So if we're going to have any more warnings, it's going to be from this line that's moving through, as I mentioned a moment ago, from Athens to Cleveland to Lafayette, almost through Lafayette now, but Dalton. And I'm feeling pretty good that we're not going to see any warnings because we haven't had any in a while, and it really isn't changing very much. But this is still something that we are going to keep up with here for just a little bit longer, because I don't want to just shut things down here and leave you hanging, because we still got, it still sounds really rough out there in some places. I don't want anybody to, I will say this, Megan, is that it's going to take a little while before all the rain is over, but the heaviest rain in Hamilton County is moving out. And yet, storming in Athens. I saw somebody say, had a comment, and I wanted to mention something about it. Terrible news out of Middle Tennessee and Northwest Tennessee, where tornadoes have been deadly. But the good, better news here is that we have avoided all that for the most part in Hamilton County, westward and northward now. We are pretty much in the clear of severe weather, but we're still watching that heavy line of showers and storms that is continuing. Let me just show you a little bit of what I'm talking about. So this area right through here is the problem at this point. If I stop this, and so anywhere from Athens to Cleveland, Dalton, that's kind of the runs line. It's one of those east of 75 you got the heavier rain moving into there, and west of 75, we got the rain moving out. Now, that's not completely the case because down in Georgia, it's still some very heavy rain and thunderstorms going on in Walker County down to Chattooga County, and that is still west of 75. So can't just find a definitive place at this point. I don't think that they've canceled. Let's look and see. They have been canceling some counties for the watch. Let's see where we're at on that. Let's see here. I may have to take the radar down for a second. Interesting that when I punch up the watch and warning button, it doesn't show any watch. So we may have seen that canceled. I'm going to double check that. Maybe somebody out there has. I haven't had a real good chance since ending the news to review that. So I'm going to look and see if indeed we may be done with watches and warnings. I mean watches anyway. So stand by a moment. According to the Weather Service site, though, it still has the watch in there. Let me turn the radar back on here until I can get a little more of this figured out. All right, we're going to start that up. Ooh, there's some really heavy rain, friends. But in Hamilton County, it really has passed. I think that pretty safe to say from Meigs County to Hamilton County, Ray County, and into Dade County, and northwest from there, that the tornado threat would be over. I think we still have that very small chance of a tornado in areas in Georgia and farther east into Tennessee where you see this heavier rain. But, we haven't seen anything like that here during this entire night. So I would say I'm not really thinking that we're in a real serious threat for tornadoes. But you never can say never. But I can say for the western half of the viewing area, pretty much, that that threat has ended. But we still get some heavy rain, and there'll be some flash flooding still possible. We've probably got a lot of runoff going on here. And even in the areas where the threat of severe weather has ended, you still have that going on. Stand by a moment, friends. I'm going to go and take a look at, I'm going to type this in here and see what I can figure out as far as the watches were concerned. It still looks like parts of they haven't, it doesn't look like that they've canceled those watches, but I can't quite figure out why we're not seeing them. But I think I see the reason why now. I'm going to bring them up a little bit higher into the... Now we'll be able to see it. So if I take the radar off, there's where the watch continues. Just some of the counties we had just mentioned in cities. That's where the tornado watch continues. Now, it's in effect till 3 a.m., but it will be eroding. They'll be taking counties down as it continues to move eastward. So these counties probably in an hour or so or less, like McMinn and Bradley, Dade, Walker, and Catoosa, probably will come off the board. But they'll keep that up as long as some of that heaviest rain is still out there. The green you see here, I want to give you the right explanation on this, is flash flood warnings. And that can be a problem in these areas that are indicated. It's a very narrow strip. And then you have a little larger area down in Jackson County. So there you have the way things are set up right now as far as the watches and warnings. I'm glad I was able to figure that out. That was starting to bug me a little bit. So we'll go on back in here. And you'll see that every once in a while there'll be some flashing going on. And, that could mean a change, but not in this case. I'm not really sure. It remains in effect until 3 a.m. And that was... When is that? What time was that? Midnight? Not midnight. Yeah, 12:41. So that tornado watch, they are continuing for Catoosa, Chattooga, Gordon, Murray, Walker, Whitfield. They are not ready to cancel that yet. And I can't really say I blame them, because we still got some heavy rain. So we'll take that down. I'm going to hang out with you for a little while here. Still a pretty big audience out there, friends. We almost got 1,000 people watching. I know this has been some really loud thunder. We had a very loud thunderstorm come through here during our newscast. So that was jolting. Hoping that we don't have too much more excitement here as far as warnings are concerned, but we certainly can't just say that it's over with, because on this overview here you can certainly see, if you look carefully, the yellows and the reds that are, there's some yellow also northwest, but that's in the much more stable air. But as far as areas from McMinn County, just about getting through McMinn County now, Bradley County, Whitfield, moving out of Walker just about. Still got some to go on Walker there, the southern third, and into Chattooga. So in that line, as it continues to move east, and that will be the line that would be the most likelihood, the biggest likelihood that, you could have a warning pop up, probably a severe thunderstorm warning in this case. I'm going to move my microphone here. Sorry for the noise. Whew. It's been a long night, friends. And a long night it will continue to be. Because I'm scheduled to be on the air at 6 a.m. Which, not exactly what I was thinking. But that's the way it goes in this business. Okay. I want to be sure I can communicate with you correctly here. And so just in review here, we'll just kind of take a look around a little bit. Again, this is really the area that I'm zooming in on in the red and yellow here. This is the most, I would say, the most unstable part of the weather system right now. And there is lightning involved. I can see that. And also some very heavy rain, obviously. I'm hoping that we might see that decrease a little bit as it moves eastward. I am not guaranteeing that, but it just looks a little bit like it might be weakening a little bit. I'm always looking for it to weaken. And that's probably not always the best judgment. Yeah, I'm staying up. I'm staying up with you. I think Saudi Daisy and Ringo just about over with. Saudi Daisy definitely is over with as far as any hazardous weather. Well, I say hazardous. Obviously, rain is hazardous, but any of the strong storms, severe storms. I think Hamilton County has cleared that now. Still got Bradley County. It's coming through there now. I'm sure it's raining very hard and probably pretty noisy down to Dalton. Yeah, Lafayette just kind of crossed the heaviest rain, is just about to your east and southeast. Athens is going to get better here real soon. It won't be nearly as heavy a rain, and it also will be much less lightning and thunder, if any. So just hang in there for a little longer. Dalton, you're kind of getting right in the middle of it all right now. And that extends back into DeKalb County in Alabama. South of Lafayette, mostly. Now, to the east, Cherokee County, you're seeing some of the heavy rain showers. Not quite as heavy as what has been the case elsewhere, but you still got this main line to come through. So, we were thinking earlier Murphy might get through that by 3 a.m., probably 3 to 4 a.m., something like that. This thing really stalled, and it caused a lot of flooding issues across our plateau, and I'm sure we haven't heard about all of the issues with that. I didn't look to see, recently anyway, about power outage. We'll look at EPB here while you watch the radar. Let's see if I can figure something out here for you. Still looking, still looking. Energy. Well, I can't find what I'm looking for. All right, so let's see. It doesn't look like there's too many outages. Outage reported 6 incidents, 10 customers affected. Those are just the ones reported. Now, we have repair in progress for 3 incidents, and that looks like it might be even near East Ridge, near Rossville. 221 customers affected by that, and 2 incidents that they're en route to affecting 12 customers. That's the numbers that we have right now. That's EPB. All of those look to be in Tennessee, right on the East Ridge. I shouldn't say East Ridge necessarily, but the Tennessee, East Ridge, Tennessee and Georgia line. We can look at the VEC and see what they are reporting. I think I can get reports from them. Outage map. And let's see. So I'm looking Meigs County, 25 customers out. 29, sorry. 33, Roane County, a little north. Ray County, 6, not too many. 83 customers in their survey. So that's all pretty small amounts. All right, let's see here. We have some more cancellations, it looks like, of the tornado watch. And so let me pull that back up for you. I'm just seeing that these have been coming across in the last few minutes. I'm pretty sure these are an update from what we saw earlier. So there are the counties still under that. Hamilton County's out of the tornado watch. Meigs County, not in the tornado watch, canceled. Ray County, DeKalb, Jackson, but they were out earlier. They came out at midnight Eastern time. So again, we're left with all but Dade County of our North Georgia counties that we cover. And also, remember, the watch wasn't in effect for Cherokee County in North Carolina. And we are left with Bradley, McMinn, Monroe, and Polk counties under the watch, as we were outlining just a moment ago. So we're continuing to see them very methodically canceling the watches county by county here. So, let's see what else we got going on here. It is, at this point, we're talking about, mostly just very heavy rain. It's moving a little faster to the east, so it's not sticking over the same areas quite so long now. At least that one heavy batch of rain. Now there's more rain to the west, and we're going to have rain a good bit of the night for just about all of us. But as we get towards daybreak, it'll be more eastward. But when I was saying earlier today and earlier, that here are the time frames that we were talking about the most dangerous part of the line of storms. And so that came through Chattanooga in the last hour or so around midnight. And started up a little later, but once it got a little push eastward, it's been moving pretty well. And nothing new here. No warnings. Still got the watch for a few counties. If you're just joining us. I'm just kind of letting it go, guys. I'm just letting it flow. So you can kind of see where you are and how the rain is affecting you. If you're looking at, let's see if I can. I'm not sure how to do this necessarily. We're going to find out. It's an arrow, I see. But let's just say, like in this vicinity here, like there to the right of that arrow, we have the heavy rain still. And to the west of there, mostly getting out of the heavy rain or out already. Didn't really want to leave that sitting there, so let's see, we get rid of that. Let's see, so that was kind of weird the way that worked. Let's see if this works differently. Yeah. So something like this, where the deeper reds are is where you're seeing some of the heavier rain. But it's just about crossed through Bradley County. And that moved through it pretty fast, considering how slow it was earlier. I just found that to be kind of hard to take. I wonder if the plateau might have slowed some of that down. But now that it's been released from that, it looks like it's in the clear to move eastward. So I'm hopeful that we'll be able to get rid of the rest of the watches, and then that'll be it as far as that threat is concerned. I'm looking here to just make sure that we don't miss that announcement. But nothing new yet. I haven't forgot about you, friends. I'm here. Just updating a couple things here. Okay, I had to update a few things here just to kind of make sure I'm keeping up in the right place. I'm seeing your comments. Tryon had some pretty heavy rain there. Well, McMinnville's out of the watch. I mean, they've been out of the watch. Let's just take a look at that map one more time and make sure we're not missing anything. And here are the counties still in effect for the watch in the yellow. So we still have, quite a few counties, but I'm thinking we're going to soon see McMinn, Bradley, Dade, McMinn, Bradley, Catoosa, and Walker counties out of the tornado watch. Depending on how long they wait, they may get Chattooga out of there too. Let me see how that's looking. Yeah, Walker County still has some heavy rain in the southern half. And Chattooga County is really getting hit hard with some rain. And I'm sure some thunder as well, some loud thunder. Dalton as well. McMinn County looks like it's just about cleared, as is Bradley County. Getting very close to all of Bradley County being out of that. And I'm just still kind of checking to see what else we might be able to tell you about. Really what we have, still one line of heavy showers and thunderstorms coming through the eastern parts of our viewing area. That's going to take a little time to get all the way through, but not too much longer, as it's moving a lot faster now to the east. But then after that, it's just kind of light rain, light to even some moderate rain perhaps. And then we'll have temperatures that are really cooling down. We'll hold pretty steady where we are right now, and then we'll see temperatures falling during the day on Sunday. So maybe still in the lower to middle 50s at sunrise, but then by the time we get to noontime and after, it should be in the 40s. Higher elevations dropping into the mid and upper 30s before the sun goes down on Sunday, I would imagine. Still just kind of just hanging out here. If things continue in this fashion, we'll be able to probably let you watch the lighter rain moving, through, even on Maps and More on our website. I think that even though there's still some heavy rain, and I'm sure it's loud in some places, it is continuing to move to the east without too much fanfare as far as warnings are concerned. And they've still got some of the watches going on here. I'm kind of waiting to see if they are going to cancel some more counties here. The rain is making some progress out of Walker County right now. We're going to get into a little different look of the radar here, so I can see the line a little bit better. And yeah, it's just kind of spreading eastward. It is still holding together pretty well, but losing a little bit of its intensity. I'm really glad to see how this is working right now, as far as and how this is evolving, where we're seeing not only it moving eastward, but we're also seeing, which is really the important part, is that it's moving eastward and it is not creating any more warnings. So I'd be surprised if we had any more warnings. Really, the next big step is going to be knocking off these watches out of the counties that are still under the watch. Maggie Weaver will be showing up here before long. She gets started really early. She produces the show in the morning. She does a lot. She's usually here between 1 and 2 a.m. and sometimes doesn't get out of here till 11 a.m. Good news is, for most of you, unless you just don't like any thunder or rain, for most of us, I'd say, especially from Athens now to Cleveland and west from there, it would be safe to go to bed. Now, down in Georgia, you've still got some heavy rain going on there and some thunderstorms through Whitfield County and southeast Walker and all of Chattooga counties covered up by heavy rain. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw another flash flood warning come out. Well, I can tell you one of the big stories in the news coming up over the next couple of days will be the devastating tornadoes that have moved through earlier through northwest Tennessee and middle Tennessee, and they were deadly. Our last report was 6 killed, 3 in Clarksville, near Clarksville, and 3 around Nashville. That included a child. I was going to look and see if there was anything more about that. But I don't see anything. Very difficult time for those folks, and a difficult time for, I know, even for us here. I mean, there was, after hearing about the tornado damage and the deaths, and then that same system headed our way, will make for some very anxious times. Bethany, I hope you sleep well. Sheila, you are welcome. Becky, you're welcome. And let's see here. What else am I missing? Seen a lot of comments about it lighting people up. It's lighting the sky. And that was significant lightning that when it came through here. Hamilton County is definitely in the clear as far as severe weather is concerned, other than the fact that there still could be some flash flooding probably, as hard as it rained. I'm thinking the Storm Prediction Center is kind of waiting a little longer, because if they can wait a little longer, they'll be able to take down the watches for more areas. Trying to find out exactly where our watch is. Well, we'll just have to look here. See if that's changed. It doesn't appear to have changed. The same county's still under the watch. And if you look underneath the yellow colors, when I take it down, you'll see that that's where most of the heavy rain is right now. So they're going to have to wait till that passes through these counties. Now, Walker County, pretty close to having it through. But Chattooga's still in the middle of it. Whitfield's still not done with it. Murray County's going to get heavier and heavier here over the next 30 minutes. Polk County as well, now starting to get into some of that heavier rain. Bradley County, you're clear of the severe weather threat, as is McMinn County. And moving east-northeast, we'll call it. Let's see here. Trying to come up with the best ideas for you here. I'm still kind of in waiting here, seeing if we're going to get some of these counties eliminated from the tornado watch, but they're holding on to them right now. Lightning is definitely decreasing. I'm looking on another screen here and kind of seeing how these storms are developed, and now not so much developing but being reduced. And there certainly has been a significant decrease in intensities, but still some lightning and thunder still going on across some of the areas we've been watching here recently. Once again, the decrease in activity as far as anything that would be severe or, severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings, this kind of thing, greatly reduced now. And certainly Bradley County, McMinn, soon Whitfield County, soon Walker County out of the threat. Catoosa County looks like you're clear. Still got some heavy rain to go for Polk County and Murray County, and still even Whitfield, and then extending back into Chattooga County. So that's kind of the line right now. We are just watching along here. Feeling much better about the situation. Very funny. So, friends, 58 degrees, I think. Let me double check that. And temperature in Chattanooga is 59 degrees. So you see 59 is about where we were expecting it at midnight. And then by the time we get to sunrise, it'll probably be down to about 53, 54. And then by the time we get to noontime, we'll be down into the mid 40s. Probably about 47 or so, let's say. So that'll be the next part of this weather system. There still was some question in my mind whether or not the energy behind all this could squeeze out some snow flurries or snow showers along the plateau in mountains northeast of Chattanooga, but didn't look very promising. It looks like it will rain for a little while still, even through Sunday morning. But here's what I'm going to do, guys. We're going to let this play out. I'm going to end this stream, but if I find I need to come back on, I will. I feel like we're in pretty good shape here. There's still going to be some heavy rain, especially along that line we've been talking about that's moving through our eastern viewing area now, and the eastern third almost. But I feel like I would be surprised if we had any more warnings. As far as tornado or severe thunderstorm, flash flood warnings, that could still come up. So if you're going to be leaving the home, if you have a job to go to early in the morning like this, still be very careful on the roads because they'll be wet and there could be some ponding of the roads definitely still going on. All right, so I'm going to prepare to end the feed here. I appreciate all of you sticking with me so long. And, we're not completely done with rain, but the good news seems to be that we've avoided any of the severe type storms. We had a couple warnings. So here before long, I'm going to, the audio will be ending, and then eventually here, the pictures will also be ending this stream. You can keep up with the radar, though, on our website. And I wish you well, and we'll see you back here in a few hours. How about that? I'm going to go see if everything's okay in the newsroom, and then head home for just a short period of time. Have a good rest of the night, and I'll be continuing to watch this. Take care.